Welcome back, everybody. Got a good video for you today. I'll be installing the floor tile in the bathroom. Every time I do a tile job like this, I always get a few common questions. So I'll be jumping in and out of the video to answer some of the questions. Even when I was editing, I was like, that's a little confusing there. So I'm gonna try to get ahead of it and answer the questions in this video. Oh, that's right, I keep forgetting. This is the #1 home improvement YouTube channel in the entire world. We had a small problem with the garbage disposal. It has tripped the breaker because it's all seized up. I'm going to take you step by step on how I use the WD-40 multi-use product to free up garbage disposals. What happens is your garbage disposal seizes up. You flip the switch to try to get it to work, you'll hear a buzz and then it'll go silent. So what happened is the internal breaker tripped. There's a little red button on the bottom. I'll show you how that works in a minute. A lot of times all it takes is a simple Allen wrench. You stick this in the bottom of the garbage disposal and you wiggle it back and forth. It frees it up. Wow. The WD-40 Easy Reach Flexible Straw helps me get into this hard to reach place. Gonna give it a shot of WD-40 product. All you gotta do is get in there, work those little arms around. It's not on a bearing or anything, it's just a pin connection and they spin around. So you spin those around a few times, let the WD-40 product do its work. Just reset that red button on the bottom. So there you go. Your garbage disposal is no longer seized, and if it does become seized, you know how to fix it. The best way to prevent this from happening is to use the garbage disposal on a regular basis. Okay, here's the first part where it's going to confuse people. A lot of times I do tile in 2 days. I'll work my way into a room instead of working my way out of a room. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? And in a lot of cases it is. But in this case, it isn't. And I'll tell you why. I wanted the tiles that meet the threshold to line up perfect, like down to a fraction of a millimeter. So what you could do instead of what I did is you lay everything out. You cut every piece all the way to the back wall, and then you start installing it and working your way out and hope that you get really close. And a lot of times when you work your way out, things aren't going to be the same as when you laid it all out and cut all the pieces to do your dry fit. Most of the time it's going to be just fine. Once you grout it, no one's ever going to notice that your tile maybe shifted a little bit this way, shifted a little bit this way, or there's a little bit of a gap there. What you don't want to happen is it grew a little bit and now it won't fit. You're trying to slide all the tiles back a teeny little bit so that your tile fits. This is the second day and I'm just filling it in. I've got lots to work on in this remodel. It really didn't matter as far as timeline to get it all installed in 1 day. So the footprint of the toilet is going to 100% cover up this seam here and the staggered point. So the next small piece of tile in the staggered pattern is going to be right here, right off this edge. But the entire footprint of the toilet is going to cover that. So it doesn't need to be there. Make things easier on yourself getting around toilet flanges like this. It's not always going to work out like this, but in this case, it does. Back again to explain something. When I was editing this, it seemed like I said the tile doesn't need to be underneath the toilet. The tile needs to be underneath the toilet. What isn't crucial is maintaining the staggered grout joints because they're all going to be concealed underneath the toilet. So you don't have to go out of your way to make some elaborate full circular cut for the toilet flange. You don't have to cut multiple pieces of tile to maintain a staggered grout joint that will never see the light of day. Okay, back to the video. Well, that is the end of today's video. I got a lot more interesting videos coming. I install the toilet and show you how the pump system works. That's a pretty cool invention that has a lot of value with these types of remodels where your main line is far, far, far away and you can't get enough fall with a 4-inch line all the way across a basement, because the basement will be finished. If you had a crawl space, you probably could do it. The flooring that goes in the main part of the bedroom, that's going to be a really cool video. I put a lot of time into making that video to put a lot of value out there for people who are thinking of doing the same type of flooring. Thank you for watching. Go check out the links in the description. Get yourself a caulk gun hat, t-shirt. Goodbye.